Hi friends, welcome to the functions in JavaScript. Kindly like my video and subscribe for the latest videos. So dear friends, today we will discuss about the functions in the JavaScript. As we know that we have used functions in several programming languages before. In JavaScript also we can use functions and we can divide our program into the number of pieces which are called the mini programs. A function is a kind of mini program that form a part of a large program. So we can divide the functions into a number of pieces so that easily we can handle those piece of codes. So functions are used where same operation has to be performed many times within a program. As we know that when you perform a same task again and again, a particular task has to be performed many times in a program. That task has to be written in a function so that that task can be retrieved all the time, so that we can save the time, we can reuse the code. So we can achieve the reusability with the function. And also the functions used rather than writing the same code again and again. As I said that again and again, you need not worry about writing the same code in a different places of the program, because once you write a code in a function, that function can be called in multiple times. So it can be written once as a function and used repeatedly. So these are the uses of the functions. Okay. For example, a request confirmation from user. Now, this function can be used by all the user. It is not given or written for a particular user. A n number of user can confirm the same page, and the same piece of code or a mini program can be executed by all the users. So for all the users, say for example 1000 users are accessing your page. Okay, now all the 1000 users are accessing means you need not worry to write 1000 times the same code. Once you write that code, and if you write it in a function, that function can be repeatedly used multiple times. Okay, so this is one example. And functions to make it easier for someone else to understand your program. Rather than writing a long rambling program whichever single operation is listed in turn, it is usually better to divide program into small groups of related operations. For example, say welcome user. That welcome user screen will appear whenever user logs in. So many user logs in, so all the users will get the same welcome form. So that is welcome user function. Obtain user input, perform calculations, display results. So this is for all the users. So multiple users, multiple times the screen can appear and the code can execute, but function written only once in a program. Now in JavaScript also, the functions are used to create the mini programs or a piece of codes, or you can say subprograms. So JavaScript uses the function with the following syntax. As you see, function name is there. So this is a function name. The function is a keyword over here, and the name is nothing but a name of your function, and it should be with the opening and closing parenthesis. If you have argument list, you are passing any value to your function, you may also mention that argument list in these two brackets. here. And opening curly brace indicates the beginning of the function and the set of statements, and the closing curly brace indicates the end of the function. Now what happened in this example, you can see statement 1, 2 is having semicolon, but in the third statement we didn't put a semicolon. So it is not mandatory to put a semicolon for the last line. Okay, so that's what we gave the note also. All the statement except the last statement must be followed by semicolon. So it depends whether we accept the last statement, we can put the semicolon or we may not put the semicolon. It's depend on the programmer. Okay, so even though if we miss out the last statement, then also it doesn't show you any error. So the last statement does not need the semicolon, and if you write also, it won't cause any problem. Basically, we have two types of functions. The first one is called as predefined function, which are called as inbuilt functions also. Second is the user defined functions. The first one, the predefined functions. So JavaScript has several predefined functions that we can use in the script tags. So let us see one by one. Is finite. Usually this function takes a numeric value as an argument. So that parenthesis we use for the arguments. So within these two parentheses, we can specify the argument, and it returns the true only if the given argument result is finite. Else it returns false. Now in the example, I have written is finite is the name of the predefined function, 5 divided by 2. So this function now returns the result infinite or terminating numeric. So now if I go to the example, okay, let us have one JavaScript program. In that we will be having is finite as per our example 5 divided by 2. Now I am going to save this file. The name is 123.html. Now I will go to the Internet Explorer. I will open that file, or I will type the URL in the address bar of the Internet Explorer, and I will put enter. Now you can see the result is true. Why it is true? True because it is a finite. 5 divided by 2. If I make it 5 divided by 0, if I save this, once again if I run this program, I will be getting the result as false. This is the use of this function. So it finds whether the given numerical value is finite or not. Similarly, is NaN function. So is NaN function means not a number. So not a number function means whenever we specify this function, it returns a true value. It returns a true value if there is no number specified in the function. Okay. If the number is specified in the function, as you can see in the example, is NaN 4. Now what it returns? It returns the result as false because 4 is a numeric value. Okay, it is not a number. So function is not a number. but we are giving argument as number, therefore it is returning false value. If I specify non-numeric value over here, I can get true result. So this is the use of this NaN function, not a number function. The third is eval function. So similarly, eval function is used to evaluate the string of code without reference to any specific object. Similarly, parse int, it accepts a string as argument and convert it into equivalent numeric form. For example, say parse int, now I is a capital int 102. The 102 is a string right now over here. Okay, this function converts the string 102 into numeric value 102. Similarly, parse float function, it accepts the string value as argument and convert it into a floating point equivalent value. You can see the example. 12.75 is a string value. It is not a numeric value, it is a string value. Whenever we give any value to the JavaScript with a prompt function accepts only string value. It may be numeric, it may be a symbolic value, it may be a string value. Whatever the value we specify or we input, that only accept in the form of string, and thereafter we need to convert it into either in integer form or float form with these functions. Now parse float 12.75, 12.75 is a string value, it is converted into float value. So similarly, we have other predefined functions also. It takes string argument and returns a string of articles which does not belong to ASCII character set. User defined functions. The second part of the functions is user defined functions. So in user defined functions, as we declare the functions in other programming language, the same procedure we can use it in the JavaScript to declare the user defined functions. A user defined functions are defined by the users. Now you can see a function is a block of statement which perform a specific task. A function is called depending on the requirements. Okay, to declare a function we make use of predefined keyword function. The function is a name of a function. So now whenever we declare a function, we must have a function keyword followed by its name. Followed by its name means followed by a function name. As you can see in the syntax, the function is the keyword, function name is the user defined name, or you can say function name. Okay, now there are 5 parts we have mentioned over here for the function. The first one is the function keyword. The function keyword is must. Second is the function name. The third is the list of parameter to the function in parenthesis. Fourth is the statement in the function in curly braces, and fifth is the return type. If you have any return value you want to give it back to your function, you can also specify the return type. So these 5 parts are essential for the functions. Okay, आपको और एक बार से समझा दूं कि ये 5 पार्ट बहुत ही आवश्यक होते हैं किसी भी फंक्शन के लिए. द फंक्शन कीवर्ड बोल के, यानी कीवर्ड बहुत ज़रूरी है. फंक्शन कीवर्ड लगा के हम फंक्शन को डिफाइन कर सकते हैं, और फंक्शन का नाम, और उसके बाद जो पैरामीटर्स मुझे चाहिए वो पैरेंथेसिस में मैं डिक्लेयर कर सकता हूं, और ओपनिंग क्लोजिंग कर्ली ब्रेस में मैं स्टेटमेंट्स को मेंशन कर सकता हूं जो कि कर्ली ब्रेसेस में होंगे, जिनको फंक्शन बॉडी कहा जाएगा, और फंक्शन बॉडी में ही मैं रिटर्न टाइप को स्पेसिफाई कर सकता हूं. फंक्शंस को डिफाइन करने के लिए पासिंग पैरामीटर्स टू फंक्शंस, यानी हम पैरामीटर्स को पास करके फंक्शंस को एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं. सम फंक्शन परफॉर्म अ सिंपल टास्क फॉर विच नो एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन इज नीडेड. However, it is often necessary to supply information to function so that it can carry out इट्स टास्क, यानी कुछ फंक्शंस के लिए हमें वैल्यू सप्लाई करना होता है जिसके लिए पैरामीटर्स स्पेसिफाई करना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है। जैसे एग्जांपल के लिए फंक्शन लिया है, फंक्शन का नाम हमने मेंशन किया हुआ है ब्रैकेट में पैरामीटर 1 कॉमा पैरामीटर 2 बोल के हमने स्पेसिफाई किया है, उसके बाद फंक्शन बॉडी है। यहाँ पे एग्जांपल देखेंगे तो फंक्शन ऐड वैट बोल के लिया है, तो ऐड वैट एक फंक्शन है और इस फंक्शन के लिए हमने प्राइस नाम का एक पैरामीटर लिया हुआ है। तो पैरामीटर के लिए वैल्यू सप्लाई करना होता है और हमारे फंक्शन बॉडी में हम क्या कर सकते हैं, प्राइस मल्टीप्लाइड इक्वल्स टू 1.21, इस प्रकार से हमने लिया हुआ है। सो द प्राइस इज द वेरिएबल विच होल्ड्स सम वैल्यू, so parameter is passing some value to our function, thereafter price is multiplied by 1.21. So it is a shorthand assignment operator we have used over here, and we have alert function. With the help of alert function we are displaying the price. So this is how our function is going to execute. And if we want to return the values for our function, so we can mention the return statement over here. So in previous example, if you go to the previous example, with the help of alert function we are displaying the price. Now in this example we are returning the price value to our add VAT function. When function is called, you can see new price equals to add VAT. Okay, add VAT. So the net price is copied into price. After executing, the price is returned to add VAT. When add VAT accepts the price value, that value is going to store in new price. This is how returning value from a function is going to execute. Passing parameters to functions. Now passing parameters, we would like to call this function in the following way. So here this is the function we are calling, and net price, as I said in the previous example, we are passing this net price value to the price. Okay, the value of the net price is copied into price and price is getting executed over here in the function body. So these are the examples of the functions, predefined function and user defined functions. Okay, so in the next video I will continue the conversation functions. So thank you for watching this video. We will continue with the conversation functions in the next video.